We had the opportunity to discuss the actions of the banks in this episode as they are lying to purchase FTX products. Since Coinbase is preparing to debut futures, we'll discuss them. Can you guess which cryptocurrency isn't on the list? Cathie Wood is doing okay. Recall her $1.5 million Bitcoin call? It appears like she may be taking a step back. We will then discuss it further. I don't want to refer to it as a scam, and I will provide some clarification regarding a token that is currently available. I want to make sure that you understand what you are actually purchasing because it is not what some people are misrepresenting it to be. After that, we will enter into a partnership. The repercussions linked to Visa and their growth, the strategy, and lastly, we'll examine the cost of XRP. Due to the mess we have, the automated market maker needs to call it back because of a bug. We'll speak about everything while people sit. Remain calm, and let's dive into Bitcoin. 65.8. It has historically been at 1.61%. After a day of trading at $3.44, Ethereum is now at 84% USDT and USDC, both of which are close to their dollar pegs with a mean of just 63 cents. During the last day, it has increased by 1.18%, my dear Cardano. I was naive, it struck 60 cents. It was not me. Although I promised to do it, I didn't. Why wasn't I more proficient at it? Frank, there was no computer nearby. Where I managed to accomplish it, and the next thing I knew, it was returned to 62. At this point, it is 64. This could get me into trouble. People, we really need this to return. Hey, we had 62 the other day. However, I must obtain it. I need to quickly take a short plunge once more. I'm praying to the gods of cryptocurrency. This item needs to be sent back down. Me 60 cents, you're probably thinking, what influences the outcome? It matters to me if it's 60 or 64 cents, but you can be sure I'll pick up some cardamom. How else will I scoop? I'm going to grab some of that ICP right here, Arca. I'm already in on it. Numerous tokens are present, and I'm not sure what we've been sliding downward for a while now, so that's the problem. If this is our last dip before we move back up, then it's difficult. Although things have been going sideways, many of these tokens are holding firm and a lot of money is being moved around, but Bitcoin will have its own market very soon, and that will be the real deal. Will the entire market be visible to us? Collapse, Bitcoin will just slightly retrace its steps, and the ALS will run away. I believe the community will succeed because they are aware that if they reach the 150-point mark, I will upgrade the exchange and give the TDN token to everyone who sees the potential in TDN. This token will be used as a marketplace payment utility for the metaverse and as a web-based gaming coin. Congratulations to everyone who was able to join in early. Since you witnessed the supply being torched, you were unaware that it had dropped from, I guess, 50 billion to 500 million. However, congratulations on seeing a vision. You have plenty of time to get in for those who still choose to do so because the token will soon be listed on the exchange and no one will be able to access it once it happens. Everybody's tokens are restricted in some way. From 45 to 150 days, therefore, when it enters the market just through pressure, what will happen? What happens if there is only buy pressure applied to the token and its value increases? It's that easy, people. The bank's buyers are waiting in line at the banks for FTX 8%. The proceeds from the sale of shares valued at around $1 billion will be used to purchase a stake in the AI firm Anthropic, repaying investors' claims that FTX buyers are in line. Anthropic owns an 8% investment in an AI business. According to a recent CNBC story, the shares were bought for $500 million in 2021 but are currently valued at $1 billion. That is absurd. Isn't there an FTX portion of the artificial intelligence company Anik available for purchase? As well as international investors, including sovereign wealth funds, are swarming to buy the shares, citing unidentified sources in a recent CNBC story. This website is interesting, and they want to try to repay the investors with this money. You can go investigate. It's an AI intelligence website. I had never heard of them before. It's not like you're going to purchase it, but you might be able to. However, it's intriguing all the same. It's evident that its worth has increased from 500 billion to 1 trillion, therefore, that will be pleasant. Since everybody who was burned in FTX, it sounds like a nasty April Fool's joke, but listen to the coins. Maybe they can try to recover part of the Coinbase they meant to use to launch the future contracts for cryptos on April Fool's Day that they intend to install here. Dogecoin, Litecoin, and cash from Bitcoin. Yes, those are the assets that will be introduced for use on Coinbase in the future. Dogecoin, Litecoin, and cash from Bitcoin. The intriguing thing about this is that XRP is still one of the 2 official currencies. Since XRP isn't yet a security, we might go back and establish a futures contract for it inside the United States that genuinely has regulatory clarity. To be honest, we don't know if Dogecoin, Litecoin, or Bitcoin Cash will ever be announced. Anything to consider, so I want you to consider the following. Why in the universe does XRP get skipped once more? Coinbase is more aware of the situation. It's simply a strange story. That's the constant behind XRP. Okay, so we'll just skip that. Even though it is clearly regulated, we will not list it and instead disregard it. It seems beyond me. Perhaps in the future. We'll all see why. And these organizations and businesses will begin to talk about it and explain to us why XRP is the red-headed stepchild who is always shunned. Bitcoin, according to Cathie Wood, is a financial superhighway. She states the price again, $1.5 million. Target Doctor acknowledged, and the CEO stated that the company has been closely examining the emerging markets where the digital asset creators' use cases suggest that Bitcoin is a somewhat dangerous asset. Bitcoin was Cathie Wood's dearest friend. Bitcoin is a superhighway for finance. Highlighting the significance of the cryptocurrencies use case in emerging markets, Wood, a recent ARK investment, is now one of the spot issuers. According to the Bitcoin Exchange Traded Fund, asset management is stunned by the U.S. Federal Reserve's hike in interest rates and is concentrating on emerging markets and the global macro environment. This was said by her during a fireside discussion at the New York Bitcoin conference on Friday. There she goes. Are indicators that not everything in the world is right, she added, citing countries like Nigeria, which has become one of the largest Bitcoin users due to the significant depreciation of its currency. Because of this, she believes that Bitcoin is a risky investment with a long way to go. Rather, citing an earlier demand for a $1.5 million price target. She claimed that, in theory, the price of Bitcoin could easily reach $3.5 million. Folks, this is not a lie. This is Cathie Wood's prediction, I suppose. Recall the person who recently sold all of her Coinbase stocks. She believes that Bitcoin will eventually reach a price of $3.5 million, but she doesn't know when that will happen. I've released this now. He claims that everyone else in the XRP is suddenly acting suspiciously, so allow me to tell you the lowdown. This is not a hoax, I assure you. I just want to make sure that everyone understands what this is. I'm not saying anything. There is currently a Quant token that is created on Overledger if I'm not mistaken, but I think it is an ERC20 token. Am I correct? There is also a Quant token that is not constructed on the XRP ledger, where many people invested. Okay, so Quant is an Ethereum token. This is the Quant that you've all heard people talking about. It's around $120 or so. Hold on as we bring it up. Quant is $13. This Quant is not the Quant that was created on Ethereum. Alright, so this Quant is utilizing the same ticker that is included in the XRP ledger. They are unrelated to one another, and nothing would they went with the same name, which strikes me as a bit odd and seems to be intended to be confusing. But there is nothing to do with the Quant that relates to the realm of Ether. Alright, so investing in this has nothing to do with the $130 Quant that I've talked about on this channel and isn't related to the Quant at all. It's on Ethereum. I'm not sure of anything regarding this initiative, and to be perfectly honest, I won't be researching it. I would rather have nothing to do with it. I just want to make sure that the widespread uncertainty that is currently occurring ends, and then we get this, who overlooks in 2022, Ripple made this announcement. Why did the collaboration with Thunes help spread to a probing bank, one of the biggest banks in Morocco and Africa? Is this a large well? Thunes just inked a new contract with Visa. How will they proceed? Regarding Visa, they will assist or they won't assist, but they will focus on developing markets in Asia and Africa that currently utilize XRP for transactions. You have two Visas in the mix, the same Visa that beat out MasterCard to get Earthport, a sizable company, and one of the older Ripple connectors, or Ripple partners, that utilizes XRP in part of their workflow now that MasterCard has said they have already developed or deployed. Integrating the XRP ledger with their product's back end, what do you suppose we're witnessing? These are the Visas. Naturally, MasterCard emerging markets will begin utilizing on-demand liquidity as it will reduce the costs associated with money movement and settlement, allowing them to stop maintaining cash in all of these D accounts. It's that easy, people.